The Drug Dealer, starring DP Audits, This Guy and a Buddy, directed by Mr. Chips.
Disclaimer: everything in this production is completely, utterly, and ridiculously fake. Any resemblance to real persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental and probably means you should get out more. All drug deals were performed by professionals on a closed set. Please do not attempt to take drugs or deal drugs. If you believe this story, then you are weird and probably believe in unicorns, Bigfoot, and the Loch Ness Monster. Enjoy the show.
DP Audits had always lived on the edge, dealing drugs in the rougher parts of town to make ends meet. It was a dangerous game, but he was good at it, and the money was too tempting to pass up. One evening, as he was wrapping up a deal in a dimly lit alley, he noticed a pair of headlights creeping slowly towards him. His heart raced. It was the police. The cruiser stopped, and two officers stepped out, their silhouettes stark against the headlights. DP Audits quickly stashed the small bag of drugs into his jacket pocket and tried to appear casual. He knew this was bad, but he hoped he could talk his way out of it.
"Evening, sir,"
one of the officers said, approaching DP Audits.
"We've had reports of suspicious activity in the area. Mind if we ask you a few questions?"
DP Audits forced a smile.
Just on my way home, officer. Nothing suspicious here.
The second officer, a bit more stern, stepped closer.
Would you mind if we conducted a quick search? Just to clear things up.
Panic surged through DP Audits. He knew that if they found the drugs, he'd be in serious trouble. He had two choices: comply and likely face arrest, or make a run for it. The officers began to close in, their hands already moving towards him to begin the search. In a split-second decision, DP Audits turned on his heel and bolted. The officers shouted after him, but he didn't look back. He sprinted down the alley, his feet pounding against the pavement, the sound of his breath and the shouts of the officers filling his ears. He took a sharp turn, hoping to lose them in the maze of backstreets he knew so well. His mind raced as fast as his legs. He had to find a place to hide, somewhere they wouldn't find him. He spotted an old, abandoned warehouse and darted inside, quickly finding a dark corner to crouch in. He could hear the distant sound of sirens, and he knew they wouldn't give up easily. Minutes felt like hours as he waited, trying to control his breathing and remain as quiet as possible. The sound of footsteps approached, and he pressed himself tighter into the shadows. The officers were thorough, checking every nook and cranny, but after what felt like an eternity, they moved on, the sound of their voices fading away. DP Audits waited a bit longer, just to be sure, before slowly creeping out of his hiding spot. He knew he couldn't go back home. They'd be watching for him. He had to lay low and figure out his next move. As he slipped out of the warehouse and into the night, DP Audits realized that this was the closest call he'd ever had. He needed to rethink his life choices before it was too late. For now, he was free, but he knew that freedom was tenuous and could be snatched away at any moment.
This is a message to all the haters out there. If you don't like what I do, but you watch everything I'm doing, you're still a fan.